actually, in some respects, I think the analysis of the judge in the case is, and the law generally here, is that it's not so much when social media, particularly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you were almost acquiring it is social media with emphasis on the media, and you are publishing stuff to the world, and therefore you are more akin to the law that would, govern a newspaper or a television broadcaster, as much as you are the law that deals with, somebody sending somebody offensive SMS message or a letter or something along those lines. And clearly,
I suppose it's still communicating information, isn't it?
I mean, especially when people have got a lot of followers, you could be broadcasting some of these messages to hundreds of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, I'm not saying Joey Barton did this, but to millions of people might be reading this stuff, and that in and of alone will presumably, the people who are getting subjected to this will cause them to be anxious or distress, which is necessary to able to prove that the offence has been committed.
So you've got the right to freedom of speech, but clearly by saying that someone can't say certain things, you're then interfering with it. So
both the Act and the Convention do say that a government can introduce, consistent with a democracy, certain curbs on freedom of speech. I mean, there's always been this classic that to shout fire in a crowded cinema, that's not freedom of speech. But I think at the same time, I guess you're then reliant on the prosecution authorities to determine when that line is crossed, because undoubtedly that line can be crossed, and we all know people who have been harassed by messages. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you're reliant on both the prosecution authorities to not overstep the mark, and you're also reliant on the jury to reach the correct decision. And in this case, speech should be where the line is drawn, really, in terms of where it should be protected.